So you know my opinion of the Harbor Freight in Fayetteville when it was brand new. How are they holding up a month later? Let's find out. I'm D.E. Nichols. I do automotive DIY, sometimes motorcycles, sometimes upgrades, but I'm always trying to have fun. I nicked my mustache the other day and I was like, no, can't do that. So I started over on it. Got a few signs up. Still looks nice and new and clean. Unless something's changed, still don't buy these. Tool still looking great. They said parking lot sale, but I didn't see anything in the parking lot. So I'm sure whatever nice prices they have, like this for temporary, it's just in store. Looks like a scratch and dent, even though it doesn't say clearance. It's either that, it's shrink. Ah, that's unshrinked. This is my buddy's favorite. Actually, no. I think he likes this in 1/4 inch better, but that's already sold. I have the 3/8, but he likes this 1/4 inch better. That'd be a Terry WTEM 123. A little shout out for him. I hated this type AutoZone. It failed me when I bought tools in the middle of the night, almost, to do a repair in the middle of the night. You know, 'cause it's far away from my tools, flying somewhere and just help someone out. Put in a starter. The problem I had with it is that it felt really clacky. This Harbor Freight one, I don't feel motion between the extension and this piece, so this might be worthy of checking out. Feels better than the Duralast version. This would be the equivalent to what Duralast used to make. Maybe I'll have to try it out. Maybe I can find you guys an alternative other than my new Snap-on. I use this and replace this every time I do a really hard job, which is every couple of weeks or every couple of years. I own this tool, but I remember it being shorter by warranty. It will end up longer. I don't use it too often. I might not ever have to warranty it. The 1/4 inch version looks about, they changed the 1/4 inch too, unless it's just dirt on mine, but that looks different to me. But, you know, guys, have these changed? I can't tell you how excited I am that this is similar to my old Duralast. I may have the Snap-on one, so it'd be ridiculous, but maybe I have to switch over to Harbor Freight because of the one tool they had to change in all their lineup. I mean, they updated all of them, but they didn't make it go clunk clunk. This is infinite, like it's supposed to be. I'm happy to see Swingy is still here. Project Farm, they've gotten Harbor Freight to come out with a new, stronger line, but he hasn't tested it yet, so I'm gonna hold off. But I am gonna suggest it to him. You guys Patreon him, suggest him. He'll listen and put that ahead of the stack. As I've been walking around, looking at stuff, playing with this, I have to say, this is smoother than the Duralast ever was. Some people hate these, but I've used mine for years. Zero problems. Usually whenever I'm putting wiring together, which isn't a lot, but it works great for heat shrink. I have an indexable pry bar either. Well, they do. I learned what an indexable pry bar is, but not my kind of indexable. They're talking about having a curve so that as you push with the pry bar, it keeps having more curve to push on versus a simple angle one where it just has one way to push. Yeah, that's indexable, that's true, but I need a jointed one that actually changes positions. Now finally, the reason why I came here today. Levers. I have been at zero success using this type, getting this CV axle out of this tight place. This is going to be too big to go in there. That might be a little fatter. That might give me a little more leverage. It may not. I was thinking I need to be a little thicker. These were at work, so I wasn't sure if this would do the trick. This is the set that I've used so much that I've had to replace some over the years, and at 12 bucks, holy cow, I think I spent more on it 5 years ago. I don't use this often, but when I don't want a steel head of some kind, that's what I go to, in the 4-pound version. My buddy got me one of these for a job, and then he traded his truck instead. If my regular light has any issues, this is what I replace. This is what I use temporarily. It's an awesome light. I prefer a less powerful light that fits in my pocket, like a pen light. Haven't tried this, but never get less than Diablo for the cord, the cheaper version. It'll fail you. That's what someone told me. I bought the cheaper version, they were right, and then I had to trade up. I bought this in red years ago for probably about $100 less, maybe 70. Forgive the beeping, I don't have control over it, but what they changed was that supposedly these drawers come all the way out now, which is good because my sockets at the back for axles and stuff, I have to pull forward before I can get out because the drawer doesn't quite open all the way. It's also 1 inch deeper here, but it doesn't. But while they claim you have a bigger cart, you have 1 inch here, you have no changes in the drawer sizes. This is the real reason why I bought it, so I can put on a bunch of add-ons, but because they changed it up to Series 2, none of it fits, so I got the shaft. I've wanted this for years. Who wants to pay $200 for shelving? But then again, it would attach if they didn't move to Series 2. New customers beware, if they Series 3, they could blow all the attachments away. If you want attachments, get them right away. It's not like Snap-on where it's forever backwards mechanical compatible. However, you don't have to add a 0 to the price. So, yeah. Since I am good at drilling and making stuff, I'm sure I could drill and make the new one that would be stick out 1 inch back or forward and make it work. But honestly, most places I've worked, trying to have any more space when you already have another cabinet other than this one, you're really tough. Hey Steve Robb, you ever see it this cheap? Cheap. Do you have the similar Princess Auto? I bought the slightly smaller version than this, cloth based, and it worked great in a sunny place, but as soon as I was back to my house in North Carolina with all the trees, it didn't do jack squat for me. You have to have sun for it to work. I guess it's in the name. The clearance section in Fayetteville, look quick and once. These are awesome. Why would you ever have to take that back? Unless it didn't work, then it would be worthless. But that's a great buy. Buying this without the charger? Nope, sorry. Unless you already have the charger, that's a really bad buy. And I'm telling you, when the AC really gets going in here, I still love swingy. Thanks to that AC vent. Love it. So one customer, he says, came in and said, I'm not so sure about this store. Maybe there's a problem with spirits. Vents, ma'am. Okay, if you're in Fayetteville, North Carolina, you have to come by and see this Harbor Freight. Also, one of the employees is convinced of a haunting. Woo! You see, one of the doors tends to pop open even if it's locked. So he's like, yep, see, haunted. It's probably just pressures on it. You know, pressure, air, stuff like that. If you need a longer 3/8, I had a really bad experience with this specific wrench. It kept losing its way, and this would switch in mid-use. This has good positive tension now, so they're right. If I had warranted it, I would have been just fine, but you know, I wanted to throw it after trying to use it a couple of times, and my customer would be like, lefty loosey to change oil. Oh, man. So yeah, that'd be fine, but I'm more willing to try this. Here's the address for you in North Carolina, Fayetteville. I have to say, I'm still impressed. I still like it. And The same employees I appreciated before are still there. That's always a good sign. So, as always, see my most related video up here. Down here, it's going to be what YouTube thinks you should enjoy the most. And of course here, it's going to be my eye. So thank you. Poke me in the eye to subscribe. Trying to get to 2,000. Thank you so much. That's every one of them counts. Thank you. Get out there and work on something.